the one reason your home's not selling, and what you can do about it. The biggest reason buyers don't make an offer or make a less competitive offer is uncertainty. Here's what I mean. Let's say you've got a fantastic property for sale, but it needs a new roof. Well, a new buyer who maybe has never owned a property before has no idea what a new roof might cost. In their eyes, that could be $25,000 or $100,000. They're just not sure. And maybe it seems a little bit difficult for them to go and obtain their own estimates. So whether it's a new roof, dating a bathroom, maybe refinishing floors, a few ways to avoid uncertainty in the eyes of a buyer is to A, of course, get that work done, or sometimes B, have an estimate done by a trusted professional. For example, in our market, a lot of the buyer uncertainty is removed upfront because sellers have what we call upfront inspections done. So before a buyer ever makes an offer on a property, they're viewing usually a home, termite, and roof inspection. That gives buyers a really great understanding of everything involved in the property before they ever make an offer, thereby removing a lot of the uncertainty, which is why here in Silicon Valley, many of our listings sell with little to no contingencies and close quickly. However, there are still times where there's uncertainties left in the eyes of a buyer, and that poses an issue. Here's how you can avoid that. Sometimes a home inspector here will notice maybe more than typical or larger than typical cracks in a foundation. If you stop there and provide that bit of information to a buyer, now you've created a very uncertain situation in something as important as a foundation. So in the eyes of a buyer, there's a very uneasy and uncertain situation where they're not sure if there's a simple fix or a very expensive fix. Thereby, sometimes they'll just skip that property and go on to the next, or they'll make a big deduction in the offer price because they're just uncertain what it might cost to have that taken care of. As a home seller, what you can do is go further than that typical home inspection and get, for example, a professional structural engineer out to evaluate that foundation and provide a professional report to the buyer so that they can have certainty on the condition of that foundation and what the costs might be associated with any recommended repairs. So many things can create uncertainty in the eyes of a buyer, and when you can eliminate those, you'll have a better opportunity to get a fantastic offer on your home.